Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, everybody? I got an interesting live for you tonight. I wanted to do and touch on real quick. But before we get to that, I'm gonna play a quick little song, let people get up in here, before we go ahead and get this thing started. 1 second.
And these days seem like wherever I go, they taking over like real ain't cool no more. And these days don't nobody show love. Instead of lending a helping hand, they wanna see blood. And these days I know that God be so mad. So God is disrespect their mothers like sons who they dead. And these days I just don't know what to do. I'm struggling just to make it home. What about you? These days seem like the definition of real and change. Like today, it's cool to drop out on your partner's name. It's cool to shake your homie's hand, but then go sex his dame. She pregnant and your homie think it's his, that's a damn shame. Seem like today, it's cool to be gay, cause these women be having more women than Joe to back bay. And it seem like none of my partners ain't partners no more. They all enemies, acting like they die.
Hey, peace to the chat, peace to Dolph Lowe, Kitty Conjo, Black Wolf, Styles. I see you. What's up, man? What's going on with y'all?
Feel like it's something your parents wish they never had. That's the reason you out all night and never at the pad. Ready to put somebody's hurt, but that ain't the solution. Then you'll be like me and end up in an institution. No, I don't know you, I'm just trying to make a contribution. Hoping you don't end up on your road looking at execution. Lethal injection or electrocution, or even worse. Somebody you disrespected comes and put you in the dirt. I know if you can't get rid of your tension, living hurts. Just try to vent your frustration doing something that won't prepare you to ride in the hurts. It's easier said than done. Soon as you solve a problem, you're facing another one. Deal with one player, hater, and here another one come. Deserving a whole cake, but end up with nothing but crumbs. I know you feel like you're done, but the devil.
Hey, appreciate you, Tracy, for coming through. Appreciate you. What's going on, Magnum?
Those of us that are hard-headed gon' end up in the flame. Worshiping idol gods like power and money, man. I did it myself, but realized I had to change. Knowing my people won't do the same. Seem like wherever I go, they taking over like real ain't cool no more. These days, don't nobody show love. Instead of lending a helping hand, they wanna see blood. And these days, I know that God be so mad. So God is disrespect their mothers like sons who they dead. I just don't know what to do. I'm struggling just to make it home. What about you? Cornbread.
Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Third World Colombian, aka Suavemente Papi. Hey, I appreciate everybody for coming through. Late night showing love. You know what I'm saying? I just want to do this live stream real quick and, just speak my mind on something I've been thinking about for quite a bit. But I appreciate y'all for coming through. So I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that came through so far. So shout out to Dolph Low IQ. He the first one that came in here. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Styles HQ. Shout out to my brother Black Wolf Inc. And gotta give a shout out to my brother Kenny Conjo, Que Paso, Mijo Mano. What's going on, bro? And shout out to Magnum Logic, you know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to Tracy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Tracy Chapel, Mind's Eyes. What's going on? This is my first time seeing you up here. Welcome to my channel. Anyway, so got a pretty dope conversation for y'all tonight. So what I wanted to talk about, and it's pretty much the name of the title of the show. I named the show Do Titles Matter? And the reason why I pretty much named it that title is because, I just been thinking, a lot of times as, human beings and just, in general society, we tend to we tend to like base people's relationships, with us based off of whatever title they have. So for instance, if somebody is, family to you, wherever they might be, brother, sister, aunt, cousin, mother, father, whatever the case may be, the way we, interact with them and the way we kind of like, judge them or, just, have some kind of relationship with them is based off of a title. And I think sometimes that could be a good thing, but I think a lot of times it's a bad thing because titles don't necessarily equal they don't equal, actions, or they don't equal how a person treats you. A person could be like, for instance, somebody could be related to you, blood related to you, but and could be your family, but if they don't treat you like family, then what the hell does a title to you even mean anyway in the first place? I feel like if somebody has a title, that I'm dealing with or that I have a relationship with, but they're not treating me like that title, then that title don't mean shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. You could be mother, father, brother, sister, auntie, cousin, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you don't treat me as such, if you don't treat me like family or treat me like whoever, then it's like your title don't even matter to me at that point. You know what I'm saying? And I think we, put too much emphasis on titles and not character and how somebody treat us. I've seen many people, let their family run all over them and just treat them any kind of way, play on their little heartstrings and use them for this, use them for that. And, I always used to be like, why you just letting, these people do you like that, man? Why? Oh, that's cause that's my mama, or that's cause that's such and such and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, I don't give a damn who somebody is to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you never, you know what I'm saying? You never supposed to, let somebody treat you any kind of way just because of whoever they are to you. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, I care more. Like I'm just be honest. I've had people that, that don't know me from nowhere, complete strangers, show me more love than some people that I've known my whole life. And that's the shit that always blew my mind because I'm like, how the hell, a complete stranger gonna show me more love than somebody who I've been knowing my whole life? I never really understood that. So that's kind of like what I want to talk about tonight, you know what I'm saying? And of course I got shout out to my big sis Topaz, the queen of For the Record TV, the first lady. So I want to shout her out for coming through. What's going on?
Thanks, sir. Hey, welcome. Thank you for the invite. I appreciate the warm welcome and whatnot. And of course, it's like always, I got a lot to say.
Facts.
Okay, well, you know what? I like that you're doing this topic because I've talked a whole lot on here. And I give my story is hopefully so people know that they're not alone. All of these things that I talk about that's been going on with people that were close to me in my life. I already made my peace with it. I already got through it. I'm not still in the trenches of it talking about it. But I do share those stories on here because I do want people to know it is okay for you to object to something just because you have a long standing history with somebody or a title. It is okay for you to object to something that they're doing that you don't condone. You shouldn't have to be walking on eggshells worrying about if you're going to lose this relationship because if they cared about if they were going to lose the relationship or the title from you, they wouldn't have done the behavior in the first place.
Nah, that's facts. I agree with that. I agree. And I just think, like I said, I think society has conditioned most people in this world, not even just saying this country, but in the world to, we base things based off of titles. And it doesn't matter if it's personal relationships or even if it's, something, with your career or whatever. We look at people we judge people based off a title. Oh, whether it be, this is family, this is mother, this is father, sister, or this is, this person is this or this person is that. And I'm like, to me, the whole title thing, I get it why we have titles, but I also think that sometimes titles is a bad thing because, like I said, if we just put all the emphasis on titles, but we don't put emphasis on character and, how somebody treats you, then it's like, what the hell does the title even mean? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, if you have if you owe some kind of title, but you don't, play the part of that title, then it's like, what's the point? So that's my whole thing with it.
Yeah, and I agree with that because here's the thing. For me, what I had to learn was titles come after your actions. Okay. So I wanted that, initially, I was raised to believe that the title is, important in the fact that then it tells you what your actions you're supposed to do, right? I can't change people's actions, but what I can change is their title in my life. So if you aren't going to change your actions to be, because these titles are a job description. The titles are supposed to be a shorthand way of saying what that person is to you. It means something. So if you're not going to change your actions to be in line with deserving of the title, I'm just going to change your title because that's easier for me.
Nah, facts. Facts. And the thing about it is, I'm the type of person, I really don't do the whole title things, unless it's like for certain things, you know what I'm saying? Now, for instance, like, when I'm in a relationship, of course, let's say, you my woman, I'll be like, you my woman or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like when it comes to like even like I've gotten to the point now where I don't even do the whole friend thing no more, because a lot of times friends will let you down, you know what I'm saying? And friends change, they switch up on you at any given time. So now if even if you're not like even if you are like quote unquote a friend to me, but I don't really use that term or that word. So now I just be like, look, either you fam or you ain't nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm cool with you and you're not blood related to me, you know what I'm saying? I'll call you fam, if that's how, we rocking and that's how you treat me. But outside of that, to me, you either fam or you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the whole, oh, that's my friend. Nah, I don't do that. Cause like I said, I've seen too many people be like, that's my friend, that's my homeboy, my homegirl. And it just, later on down the line, people get to switching up, acting funny, over, bullshit. And it's just like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So to me, you either fam and you ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. And hold up, I think I see, shout out to the troll lord, my brother, Brandon. What's going on with you, bro?
He made it. Oh, he came.
Yeah, what's the deal, bro?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
Hey, Brandon.
What up, my hater? My hater in the building? Oh, okay. What's happening?
Nothing much, bro. Nothing much. We just got we just started up not too long ago. We just chopping it up, and the title is do titles matter? You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about. And the reason why I named it that was because of the simple fact that a lot of people, I feel like they put a lot of emphasis on a title, but of who somebody is to them, but they don't put as much emphasis on how somebody treat them. Like I've seen plenty of people get treated like shit by their family or somebody in their family, and I'd be like, why you let them handle you like that? Why you let them treat you like that? Oh, that's such and such. And I'm like, and in my mind, I'm like, I don't give a damn. Like, I don't care who somebody is to me, bro. Like, at the end of the day, if you treat me like shit or you treat me like funny, like, I don't care who you are to me. Like, because to me, it's all about, the respect factor, how you treat me. If you treat me like you family, then, or you treat me with respect, then we good. But if you treat me like, like messed up and I ain't even giving you that kind of energy, and like, I can give a damn who you is to me if you blood related or not. You know what I'm saying? So how you feel about that?
Oh yeah, I'm with you. Like, one of the things I always say, when it comes to titles though, that's something a lot of women really go for as far as titles. Like they want to be that, some want to be that the wifey, some want to be the first baby mama, the main chick, dudes like bro, like the only thing for men is being a father, we want that title, or being a husband. Those probably the only two. But as far as like, being friends, like, bro, we ain't gonna call you no friend if you ain't really a friend to us. If you not really my brother, my homeboy that got my back, like I'm not gonna call you none of that. So, I'm with you all the way on that one, bro.
Let me say this. Let me say this to respond to that real quick. But before I do that, let me give a shout out to my brother Darth Flow IQ. I appreciate you feeding the cash out, bro. It's much appreciated. I'll say this to what you said. I agree with everything what you just said. The only thing that I guess would kind of add my 2 cents on is that, and I just spoke about this before you hopped on the panel. I don't even do the whole friend thing no more, because once upon a time I used to be like, that's my friend, or that's my partner, that's my homeboy, whatever. But I've over the years, bro, I've seen too many niggas switch up and just act funny over the smallest, dumbest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't even do the whole friends thing no more like that. Like either I consider you family, or you ain't shit to me. And when I say family, I mean like you ain't necessarily got to be blood related to me. You know what I'm saying? You could be a homeboy of mine for a long time, or somebody that you know, if we met like, you know, recently or whatever, but you know, you show me a lot of love, a lot of respect, and you know, it's never been no bad blood or bad vibes between us, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, I could put you in that family category, you know what I'm saying, until you show me otherwise. But for the most part, bro, I don't even do the whole friends thing no more, because to me, what the fuck is a friend? You know what I'm saying? People say they're your friend, and then them be the main motherfuckers trying to stab you in the back when you turn around when you're not looking. So I don't even do that whole friend shit no more, bro. I'm just being real.
And add on to what you're saying also with family, like we was kind of, I want to say, like, I guess you could say we was forced to be around the people we around, like our brothers, our sisters, our cousins, you know, because, you know, with our parents who they, you know, when they got together, and then, you know, we got siblings. So we kind of forced to be around each other. But as I got older, some cousins of mine, I don't really deal with. I don't talk to them like that no more, you know, since when we was little, you know, we was around each other because we had to. You know, our auntie babysit me or something like that. My auntie babysitted us, or, you know, me and my brothers or sisters, something like that. But as you get older, you separate from family. You start, you know, making your own friends. You start making your own life and to be around the people you want to be around. And your life started getting better, because some people in your family can tear you down too. Just because you're my cousin or you my uncle or whatever, you think because we blood related that I got to be there for you all the time. No, ain't nothing like that. Because if you didn't have my back when I was down, why I got to have your back? You know, that's how I look at it. So I'm only around people that's looking out for my best interests from now on.
Nah, that's facts. And you know, speaking about what you were just saying, add to what you were saying about the family thing, bro. Like, yeah, bro, there's been plenty of like, man, okay, I ain't gonna say his name, but there was this one cousin that I grew up with, right? And we was like first cousins, bro. And he was, you know, I was older than him. I probably older than him by like maybe 3 years or something. And you know, me and him grew up lived on the same block, grew up in the same hood, everything, right? Like literally, we lived like probably like right across the street from each other. Used to always kick it with each other, play ball after school, football, you know what I'm saying, wrestle. We used to do, you know, video games, all that, go out, you know what I'm saying, when we, you know, once we started getting, you know, junior high and even, you know, like 9th grade, you know, 10th grade high school, we used to go out or whatever, parties, get all that shit. Then I noticed, bro, 11th grade, start switching up on me, acting funny, you know, saying personal stuff that me and him would talk about. You know, he'd be telling, you know, all of that shit to my to people I wasn't fucking with, or, you know, people that I had issues with, and you know, just, you know, gossiping about, you know, some of the stuff, personal stuff I was going through at the time. And I'm like, damn, bro, I thought, you know, like this was, you know, not only like somebody I consider like my nigga, but this was like my family, bro. Like this wasn't even just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, bro. So ever since then, bro, like me and him really ain't just been cool like that. I mean, we'll see each other every now and then, and you know, family function be like, what's up? But we just don't got that same chemistry no more like that. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't trust him. And I'm just like, to me, bro, once you break that trust, you know what I'm saying? And once you show me that you know, that you moving funny like that, I can't fuck with you like that. You know, I say hi to you, I speak, you know, when we, you know, if we had like a family function or something like that, you know, I'd be like, what's up? But other than that, I'd be like, you know, like he used to be like, man, come on, bro, can we kick it? And I'm like, I'm good on that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we you know, what, like, how you doing? You know, you straight? Okay, cool, whatever. But other than that, nah, bro, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. And the thing about family, bro, that you got to understand is that, see, I expect, you know, like I said, like a friend or a mutual, I expect them motherfuckers at some point to, you know, switch up or, you know, do some foul shit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's your family that you don't be expecting to do that shit, because, you know, y'all supposed to be, you know, the whole saying blood thicker than water. But, you know, we all know now that that ain't the case, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's just like, you know, you have a deeper connection and a closer bond with your family, because they know you on a whole nother level that, you know, some of your friends may not know you on. And so when they cross that line with you, and when they, you know, get to, you know, kind of like doing some foul shit to you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro, I can't even trust my kinfolk. I can't even trust my blood, or at least some of them, you know what I'm saying? It just put a bad taste in your mouth and make you feel like, well, damn, like I might as well just stay to myself, or you know what, I'm gonna just fuck with the ones that fuck with me, and the ones that show me that they, you know, keeping the same type of energy with me, I'm gonna keep that same type of energy with them. But yeah, bro, when your family cross you, that's the worst, because it's like they know what buttons to push, and they know what's gonna get you, you know, going. They know what's gonna make you mad, sad, happy. And then a lot of times, you know, the thing that I hate the most is a lot of times your family members, especially the ones that they tend to be like on some manipulative type of shit, manipulative and all that shit. They'll pull on your heartstrings, man. I seen plenty of family members pull on their family members' heartstrings. You know what I'm saying? The whole woe is me shit. Cry wolf story, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, bro. Like,
I got another situation I'll never forget, man. This is when my daddy started coming back in my life, but I was like probably 16, 17, whatever. But anyways, he was bringing some of my he got a whole lot of kids on his side, but he brought one of his kids, his son, which is my brother, to my crib, whatever. Well, when I was living with my mama at the time over there, so we was chopping it up a little bit, me and my brother, and my daddy, he stepped out. He let so me and my mama and my brother was there at the house, and we was just talking, and he started talking bad about my pops a little bit. He was like, man, he ain't really been there for me. So I'm like, okay, I guess we was both in the same situation. I'm like, well, pops wasn't there for me neither, bro. So we started telling us, or how we felt about him and stuff. But I'll tell you what, man, about 2 days later, my pops called me. He was like, man, did you tell such and such, that you said that I ain't shit, I ain't did nothing for you? I was like, yeah, I did say that. And back in my mind, I'm like, I can't believe my brother just told on me like that. I thought we was going to keep it down on the low just between me and him. And he went behind my back and told my daddy everything what I said. But shit, I ain't tell no lie. But my pops didn't trip about it like that. But I was just kind of mad at my brother for even doing that, because I thought it was just between me and him. Wasn't nothing you supposed to be talking to my pops about, But I would never do nobody like that. If you tell me something that I feel like I should not go around telling everybody else that it should be between me and you, especially since we were supposed to be brother, quote unquote. But yeah, I just felt like he stabbed me in my back. Or do y'all think I'm wrong about that, Third? You think I'm wrong about that?
Hell nah, shit. I feel you, bro. Like, look, when you telling somebody something, and confidence, you telling somebody something thinking that it ain't gonna go past y'all two, and they turn around, they tell somebody the shit like that. That's fucked up, bro. Because it's like, damn, bro, the one person I thought I could trust to hold some water, they can't hold the water for me. And then you just be like, well, what?
Yeah.
You just be like, what, bro? Okay, now I know I can't really tell you certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you start doing then after that is you start, feeding niggas breadcrumbs because you know that that's all they can handle. They can't handle no real shit for you to tell them. So you be like, you tell them what the hell you want to tell them. You don't tell them the shit that you feel like is gonna be on some important shit. You just tell them like enough to kind of keep them, not being suspicious of you, but you don't really tell them nothing major. You know what I'm saying? So, but hold on.
Even though and my pops told me that, I was like, I still didn't tell him what his son said about him. I ain't say nothing. I just kept it to myself. I was like, okay. And it's like, to this day, man, my brother's still trying to, click up with me, trying to, do stuff. I'm like, nah, man, I just can't know. I would never forget what you did to me, bro, man. Like, I love you from a distance, I guess, something like that. But, I can't even say I love you because I really don't know him like that. That was probably my only time having a real conversation with him during that time. But other than that, man, nah, fuck all them titles, man. Fuck it, because you my brother. Nah, I ain't got to deal with you.
Facts. No, I want to get Topaz up in because she's been a little quiet for a minute. So what you think about everything we've been saying so far? And get your take on it.
I definitely don't think Brandon was wrong, because I have family members that I don't talk to, not because I hate them. Like, I have some family members that I don't talk to because of some BS they did towards me. And, I also have family members that I don't talk to because they didn't do nothing to me personally. It's just they, like their interests and their value system don't line up with what I'm trying to do. And I don't need them thinking that if we're close that they can just call me with certain stuff and try to get me involved in certain stuff. I've been a very vocal person, so people in my life don't have the excuse to say that they don't know I wouldn't like something. I am willing to say yay or nay when somebody asks me if I like something or if I can tolerate something, so they know. So I don't think he was wrong at all. And that's another thing that people do, is when you family, they feel like whatever they get into is now also your problem too. And I'm like, I wasn't there for the problem that you create. I wasn't there for the start of this beef or whatever it is. But now that you was handling it until it got over your head, and now you feel like you supposed to be able to call me and I'm supposed to stop whatever it is I'm doing, no matter what.
Nah, what you supposed to do? You supposed to come in, put your superwoman cape on, supposed to just swoop in and say today. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you supposed to do at the drop of the dime.
I get tired of that, because if I'm not putting myself in them, like, I stay away from stuff that I don't like the consequences of. So if I'm not putting myself in them predicaments, why now got to go fight this battle for you? And had you you didn't tell me, because had you told me, I would have told you not to do it. And that's why you didn't tell me. You kept it a secret. And now I'm supposed to catch up real quick and also feel so inclined to help you get out of something that you put yourself in. So now it doesn't matter. Like if I do that, then it doesn't matter what I do in life. My actions don't matter because I'm always be in somebody else's BS, ruled by what they do. And so I refuse. I'm not gonna do it.
And let me say this real quick, and I'm gonna respond real quick to what you said. But before I do that, let me give a shout out. I want to shout out Bismillah. Yes, the subject matter that we talking about, Bismillah. We talking about, do titles matter? And basically, what I'm trying to get at is, we put a lot of emphasis on titles, but I think sometimes that's a bad thing because somebody can have a title, but if they don't act like the title, or if they don't play the part of the title, then it's like, what the hell do you have that title for? So for instance, if somebody claims that, they family to you, whoever it may be, mother, brother, sister, daddy, uncle, but they don't treat you like such, then it's like, what the hell does the title mean anyway in the first place? Like, I don't care who somebody is to me and what the title is. If you don't treat me like such, then it's like, your title don't mean shit. They don't hold no weight or no water for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what we talking about. But to respond to what you were saying, Topaz, what happens is a lot of times is, usually in any family, there are always going to be the people in the family that tend to be responsible, tend to be people that, and not to say that these are perfect people because nobody's perfect, but what happens is that, these are people that, they tend to be a little bit more, structured, organized in their life. They tend to stay out of a lot of drama, a lot of chaos, especially if they can, avoid it or whatnot. They don't purposely try to, find themselves in BS and in drama and all that mess and that kind of stuff. And so what happens is you have those type of individuals in the family, and those are the ones that tend to go on in life, tend to be, more successful, tend to, do better in life because, they staying focused, they staying out the way, they staying out of all the drama versus the other people in the family, they addicted to drama, they addicted to mess, they worry about what such and such doing, what this person over there is doing, who doing woo, who's sleeping with who and all this little BS when none of that stuff is really going to do anything productive for you in the long run. It's not going to put no money in your pocket, not going to pay no bills, put no food on the table, on no clothes on your back. And then when they find themselves in these peculiar situations that they start or they get themselves in, now all of a sudden they want to hit the person up on the phone and the family that's the responsible one that's, ain't got nothing to do with the drama, like you said. And they want to be like, oh, help me. I need help. I got myself in this situation. I got myself, way above my head in this situation. And I thought I could handle it, but I really can't handle it. I need your help. And it's like, motherfucker, I ain't had nothing to do with this shit. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I was minding my own business, handling my own. And you up here calling me to get you out of some mess that you either started or you participated in and had nothing to do with me, but you want me to help you out. Like, I've seen too many people do that to people in their family that ain't got nothing to do with it. And the sad part is that a lot of times, because we have such an infinity for a family, whether they up to good or no good, and we had so much love, unconditional love, respect for them, that we would jump into some shit and try to help them out in some shit that they actually started that we had nothing to do with. And a lot of times that's to our detriment because now we got to deal with, now by us putting ourselves in this situation that had nothing to do with it, now they're gonna like, oh, okay, so you want to get it into, okay, well, guess what, you're gonna get held accountable now, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know what the consequences of that may be, you know what I'm saying, depending on how severe that situation is. And so you could be wasting time, you could be wasting money, sometimes even your freedom, your life, whatever the case may be. And it's like, damn, bro, it's like all because you couldn't keep your nose out of some shit like now, and because you calling me to help you out, now I'm in some bullshit that I ain't had nothing to do with, and now the consequences for me could be dying just for me even helping you, you know what I'm saying, because I got love and respect for you. So I've seen too many people do that and take advantage of that all the time, and that shit is annoying and it's hella frustrating, and people got to stop doing that, man. If you get yourself in some bullshit, hey, be man or woman enough to get yourself out of that shit on your own, because you knew you weren't supposed to be doing that shit, and you knew that, hey, man, it could be some repercussions for this shit. So, hey, especially if you grown too, oh yeah, you ain't got no excuse. You need to get yourself up out that shit on your own, and and handle it like you're supposed to, like an adult. Now, kids and little teenagers and stuff, okay, I understand that, but grown folks, hell nah, handle your own, bro, because most of the time, us men, when we out here, we got a handle on no matter what. And, you know, and women too, to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying? And this ain't even me trying to do no whole gender war shit or, you know, plot to play men against women. It's just me speaking, you know, the real, just speaking my mind on the shit.
Hey, if I could say one
I just
thing,
want to say I gotta go real quick. I'm gonna still be in the clouds though, and I'm gonna pop back up if y'all still live.
Okay, you got it.
So thank you for letting me come up because I just want to put that out there. I want to put that on the wax, right?
Okay, any last words you want to say before you get up out of here?
Just the fact that like people with anything you can use it for good or evil. The titles could be being used for good, but this is a person that if you got to kick them out of your life because they're not living up to the title, don't feel guilty about it because they could have chose that title and made it mean that they understood what they were to you and that they were going to be loyal. But if they choose to do opposite, don't feel guilty for cutting them off. I lived too many years of my life feeling guilty for doing what was necessary for me. And that's what I think everybody needs to pay attention to in this live stream.
Okay, all right, appreciate you, sis. You know, if we still on, by the time you get back, you know, you're more than welcome to come back up here. So yeah.
Okay. Thanks for having me up, y'all. Brandon, don't be a hater up here. All right. Bye, y'all.
Get up out of here, hater.
All right. Now I'm about to real quick. I'm about to drop the link in the chat for anybody else that want to come up here. Y'all want to get in on this conversation. And the topic of the show is, do titles matter? And the context that I'm trying to use that for is, do we put so much emphasis on titles when it comes to dealing with people that we overlook the things that people may do to us or how they treat us based off of the title of the relationship that they have with us? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, you know, more along the lines I'm trying to get at. So if you want to get in on this conversation, I'm finna post a link in the chat. Y'all can come up here and I'll let y'all on. But you got it, Brandon.
Yeah, pull on up. But I might say something that, you know, this might be an unpopular opinion, man, but you know, I gotta say it. I know we talk about the parents, man, but I gotta get on these kids, you know, especially the grown kids, you know, your daughter, your son, they could be using their title and think they could get over their parents a lot. Just because, you know, I've been seeing people that's like 30 or 40 years old still using their parents as a way to scapegoat to help them out for the things they done. For the messed up stuff they done. They always call their parents and want them to bail them out of jail, bail them out of debt or something like that. You know, they always come to their parents, and I'm like this, man. I'm not about to keep on helping you out. You're going to keep on messing up your life. You know, just because you're my son, just because you're my daughter. Hey, I'm going to be there when you're doing right. Like, let's say if my child is in college, you know, she got student loans or he or she got student loans. I'm going to be there to pay or help you pay them as long as you're doing right. As long as you're doing good with the money or whatever I give you, as long as you're doing good. But if you out there doing drugs, you out there doing crime, I'm not finna keep bailing you out of jail. Hell no. You think because you my child that I'm always gonna be there for you? No. You know, it's sometimes parents gotta cut off their own kids. How you feel about that, bro?
Nah, I agree. And before I get into that, also I want to give a shout out to Tope. I know she just dipped up out of here, but she hit the cash app. Appreciate you, sis, for hitting the cash app. Also, what's going on? Everybody just came in the chat. But now, I agree with you though, bro. The same goes for kids too. And you're right. I've seen plenty of kids because they know their parents have that unconditional love for them. And you know, some of these parents, they like, oh, my baby, he can never do no wrong,
right.
knowing damn well that their kids be doing some dirt, doing some bullshit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we human, we all gonna do some dumb shit, some fuck shit at some point in life. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you at that teenager age. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of times, man, these parents be pacifying their kids, and you know they be doing them harm when they do that. Especially when they ain't trying to like correct them, when they ain't trying to like let them know, like, look, man, you can't be doing this and doing that. And so I agree with you, bro. Like, you know,
yeah, I understand the teenagers. Yeah. I understand the teenagers, but I'm talking about 30-year-olds.
No, that too, though, bro. Yeah, like I know grown motherfuckers who still be, you know, living off of their parents,
right.
You know, expecting their parents to provide for them, and because you know some of these parents, you know what I'm saying, be having such unconditional love for their kids, man. They be doing for their kids even when their kids grown as fuck and probably could do for themselves or need to be doing for themselves. And it's like, damn, bro. And it's like they be basically, when you do that, what you do is you crippling your kids. You know what I'm saying? You're making your kids handicapped. By default, because it's like you're not pushing them to get out there on their own and do what they got to do. And you know, this is coming from somebody who, you know, I left the house at, I moved out of my mama house when I was like 17, so by the time I think I was a senior in high school, I had my own apartment and, I was paying, for my own apartment. And on top of that, I was still paying bills in my mama crib, you know what I'm saying? So, I knew at an early age what it meant to be, on my own and responsible, not just for myself, but for others, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad that, I kind of, that the situations I was going through in life at that time kind of prepped me for that because, man, I be seeing some of these kids, man, they be getting pampered and taken care of, from the time they born to the time they graduate high school. Then when they get out there on their own, a lot of times, man, they fall flat on their face, man, because their parents ain't prepare them for, to be in,
It could be
independent on their own.
detrimental. That could be
And
very
yeah,
detrimental if
yeah.
you spoil your kids.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And this ain't even just, black folks. I've seen, I went to school with some rich white kids, bro, and their parents, these trust fund kids, rich kids, grew up in the best neighborhoods. They ain't had to want for shit, they ain't had to do shit. Then by the time they got out there on their own, after they graduate from high school, kids fell flat on their face because they ain't know how to be responsible. They ain't know how to manage their time. They ain't know how to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, like, it could be bad on both sides, whether it's kids or grown adults, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, but yeah, you're right. People will play on their parents too, though. It works on both sides. But we got my bro Sheed up in here, you know what I'm saying? So what's going on, Sheed? What you got to add to this conversation, bro?
Yeah, the thing about the titles is funny because I have issue with my uncle that this dude always try to throw it in our face that kind of pretty much he's the uncle and we should respect him to a certain degree. And I was always told respect those who respect you. Even though you're supposed to respect your elders and respect people that's older than you, but when you get to a certain age, become an adult, you start having kids for yourself. They should give you that respect of you just being a adult. You know, and this dude, he never really, kind of look at us in that type of manner, me and my brothers and stuff. And it's funny because he wants that title of being an uncle or being an elder for that respect, but he don't give it and he don't show it. So it's like when I come at him and I'm like, dude, you wanna try to be like our other uncle, but he never come at us to kind of belittle us, to kind of throw it in our face that we your uncle. We know who you are. You ain't nobody different. So it's funny how a lot of people use that. Even with aunts, they the same way. Just family members in general.
Nah, facts. And before I respond to that, let me give a shout out to Bismillah. I appreciate you for hitting the cash app, showing love. Also appreciate you, Gold Professor, for hitting the cash app, bro. I see you, bro. And appreciate everybody that's in the chat, man, showing love. Nah, bro, you absolutely right. Just because you hold a certain title, that doesn't mean that you deserve respect. Because my thing is what you do to deserve that title. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, and I hate to use this as an example because because I want to be stand up for the men, but it's just like that, the deadbeat father or the missing father in your life. He wasn't around when you was growing up, wasn't nobody. Then you just happen to make it, become somebody in life later on down the road. You become successful, and all of a sudden, he popped back in your life, and he wants you to respect him and treat him as a father figure and as a parental figure. But it's like, nigga, you don't get no respect from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck you been all this time? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think, okay, I'm your daddy, I'm your father. Okay, that may be true, but where was you to raise me? Where was you, you know what I'm saying? Where was you at, when I was struggling and stuff like that? So it's like, at the end of the day, you could be whoever to me, you could be blood related, whatever, bro. But if you ain't put in that work and you ain't gave me that respect for me to treat you as such, then it's like, nigga, fuck your title. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I hate to be, just so raw and blunt about it, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like she was saying, you always got that one uncle or older person in the family, oh, perfect example. Okay. So I know y'all seen the movie Paid in Full, right? Y'all seen the movie Paid in Full, right? With Mekhi Phifer and all them, right? Where in the movie, he played Rich, right? He got an uncle named Ice in the movie, right? and his uncle Ice, you know, shiesty, grimy nigga, right? His uncle is addicted to dope and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he, you know, he up there serving his uncle and everything, but his uncle feel like because he, you know, his uncle, you know, that's his nephew that's, you know, doing it. He feel like he entitled to that man money. He entitled to that man's success. That you know, his nephew should put him on all this shit. And you know, he low key, you know, he be acting like he trying to like give his you know, his nephew props and shit like that. But really on the cool, he be like low key, like you know, jealous and hating on his nephew on the low in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And you know that you always got some kind of family member or older person in the movie. You know, older person, you know, kind of like that in your family, but that'd be like want you to give them a certain level of respect just because they older than you and just because you know they got some kind of title over you, your uncle, whatever. But it's like nigga, like number one, you a failure and like you ain't done shit with your life. Two, you know you up here ride on my coattail, my success, trying to you know feel like you know I owe you something just because you older than me and just because you such and such to me. But it's like, bro, like what do I owe you in? What you done for me to feel like you deserve anything from me? So yeah, bro, I agree with you on that shit. You know, it's always somebody in your family that's like that, bro. That's the cold part about it.
Yeah.
Eh,
Same thing with friends too. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say another movie that reminded me of this ATL. You know, when T.I.'s character and his little brother, you know, their parents died, and the house they was living in was their parents, but the uncle took over that house. So, you know, the uncle treated them like, you know, basically like shit, like, hey, man, you gotta sell dope, make some money and pay these bills, help pay the bills, go ahead and do it. Like, he was gonna sell out his nephews and tell the truth if you look at the movie. Like some family members don't care about how you live, how you get your money. You know, they want you to just make sure they benefit off your whatever you do to get some money. You know, that's a sad thing that the parents didn't. You know, they didn't think their I guess one of the dad or the mother brother would do something like that to their own kids. You know, they thought they would be in good hands being with the uncle, but nah. You know, some family members do want to see you don't they want to see fall, but they don't care how you get the money. You know, saying I don't want my kids out there making illegal money. I want you to make it legal the righteous way, do it the right way. But you know, some people don't care. They don't care for your best interest.
Yeah, man, and you know, like I said, this isn't like a whole gender war topic or nothing like that. It's just me speaking the facts. Like, you know, I feel like it's like that old school saying, man. You know, you got to earn somebody respect, and you know, just because, like I said, you have a title or something, you know, or you hold some kind of title or whatever, like that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, bro, like how you treating me. You know what I'm saying? If you showing me that same energy, like whatever energy you showing me and whatever type of, vibe you giving me, that's the same vibe I'm gonna give you back. So if you showing me love and you respecting me, hey man, hey, I get that right back to you. But if you trying to handle me funny, feel like you finna be, you know what I'm saying, like on some like manhandling me type shit, then hey, we could do that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole, you know what I'm saying, that like to me, you give what you get what you give. You know what I'm saying? So if you giving me love, I give you love. If you give me anything else besides love, hey, we could do that too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Old School 32 for dropping in. I appreciate you for coming through and showing love. Appreciate that. But yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. Like I like the nerve of people to really just think that they deserve something just cause, like nigga, like I said, title don't mean shit to me, bro. Cause Face is perfect example. And yeah, I'm finna go there. So they feel like a lot of people I notice in this space feel like if let's say, like, let's take it to marriage, right? And this ain't me trying to shit on married folks, because it's some good married folks out there that I fuck with, got plenty of love for, right? But my thing is this: just because you married to somebody or y'all have a marriage, that don't necessarily mean that your marriage is better than the next personal relationship that isn't married. Because I could tell you right now, I know plenty of married couples that they ain't happy, they miserable, but the only reason why they still with each other is because they don't want to divorce, don't want to do a split up, don't want to break up a happy home not a happy home, but they don't want to break up the family, home with the kids and shit. And, I've seen, those couples try to shit on, couples that maybe they were married yet don't have a title, but, they together, they happy, you know what I'm saying? They enjoying each other's company, they doing things or whatever like that. And it's almost like, they try to like marriage shame, you know what I'm saying, oh, you ain't married, so your shit don't count. You know, it's like, bro, it's like, okay, I may not be married, but it's like, you know, like, are y'all even happy with y'all situation? Because if y'all not, then like, how's y'all situation any better than mine? Y'all just legally on paper tied
Derrick
to each
Jackson.
other. Yeah.
No.
Hey, you ain't shit. But you know, y'all just legally on paper tied to each other. So it's like that's the only difference. And it works the other way too, you know. I hate to see when I see single people or people that's not married try to shame brothers that are married that have good marriages and oh, you know, you a simp if you married, or you a sucker if you married. So does that apply to the guys that's actually has good marriage, that their wife ain't divorced them, their wife love them, or even if they go through some rough times or some bullshit in their marriage, they somehow work through it and still end up, you know, coming out together and, you know, still end up sticking with each other. So does that apply to them too? And I don't think so. So like, I just hate when I see people on both sides try to, you know, shame one side or the other, you know what I'm saying, because of whatever. And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, and this is why me personally, you know,
Hey,
I
let
try
me
to.
ask you this real quick, Third. Let me ask you this real quick. So, a baby mama number 6, do you think she should be talking shit to a wife, in your opinion?
Hell nah.
And let me ask you this: do you think if a woman that's a wife, she's above baby mama number 6, in your opinion, or
Most of the
status?
time, yeah. Most of the time, yeah. Now I will say this because I'm gonna be all the way fair and 100 with this shit. There are I know some dudes out there that got baby mamas, right? Whether it's one or a few, that they got solid real relationships with their baby mamas. It's just for whatever reason, their situation might not have worked out, or they might not, you know, they just not with that baby mama for whatever reason. But I know some dudes who got like some real solid, like where they baby mama ain't got them on child support. You know what I'm saying? You know, she ain't keeping the kids away from them purposely on purpose. You know, she ain't giving them hell because he want to be with somebody else and all that shit. Like, I know some baby mamas out there that's real solid with they baby daddy, and because of that, they baby daddy, you know, especially if he, you know, worth something, and, you know, he got a little bread and, you know, he handling his business. Hey man, they make sure they baby mamas is taken care of straight, not just the kids, but they make sure they baby mama get some shit too. You know what I'm saying? That even if they not with them no more personally like that, they make sure that they'll look out for their baby mama. They'll be like, okay, well, here's money for the kid, but also, hey, here's some bread for you just for holding it down, keeping it real, and not giving me no headaches, and just, you know, being compliant. And, you know, when I call you, you know, if I need you to meet up with me, whether it's the kids or something pertaining towards us, hey, you know, here, if you always keeping it real, hey, you go. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you want money for this? Okay, cool. You want money for that? I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just say that, you know, most of the time, will I say that, you know, wives tend to be in a better position than baby mamas? Yeah, I'll say that. But at the same time, what I will say is that, you know, each situation is different. I judge people in relationships based off of, you know, the individual situation itself. And this is why I feel like as Black folks, when we talk about shit in collectives, sometimes that could be a tricky or a bad thing, because don't get me wrong, do I want to see Black folks, you know, do good or do better as a collective and as a whole? Yes. But at the same time, you know, it's hard trying to, you know, be for everybody as a collective when everybody has their own self individual agenda, and their agenda might not match yours. So you kind of got to just deal with one person at a time in each situation at a time. That's what I would say on that.
I mean, but the reason why I brought that up, because I was going to say, looking at the outcome where we're living in now, you know, right now we're going through the whole baby daddy and baby mama culture right now. Like, if you look back in the days, you know, we was more organized, you know, as a family unit, you know, in the marriage. Everybody, you know, your next door neighbor was married. You know, everybody was married around you. It was a marriage, you know, it was a family thing. Now everybody's just scattered all over the place. And I feel like, in my opinion, that's why I preach about marriage. You know, I'm not trying to dog nobody out on what situation they want to do, but I just look at the numbers. I look at the stats. You know, kids do better in a home that's with a married couple, you know, when the parents are together. So I think that's why I push it more as far as marriage. If you're going to have kids, now if you're not going to have kids, hey, you could live that single life, the bachelorette life, but don't bring kids around if you're not going to be staying with that man or that woman.
Nah, real quick, I'm about to respond to what you said, and I'm gonna pass it to She. So I agree with what you're saying. The only thing I would add in that, bro, is at the end of the day, this is why I always say, to me, character in a person's, they pattern and their character, plays in it. Now, I agree, dude. Most of the time, kids that tend to be under one household, one roof, and have one set of parents tend to do better, tend to grow up more functional. Most of the time, yeah, I would agree with you on that. I can't argue with you on that. But I will say again, really, you just got to be careful, bro. As a man, you got to be careful who you having kids with, man, who you giving your seed to.
I
Because
agree.
at the end of the day, whether she your baby mama, whether she your wife, bro, it really don't matter who she is to you. If she's not fit to be the mother of your kids and to be the woman that you see being the family woman of your family, then hey, it don't matter if she, what, because plenty of niggas out here marry the wrong woman and they don't find out till later on. You know what I'm saying? They don't find out until it's already too late. They already knee deep in with her. You know what I'm saying? So it be like that sometimes, bro. Sometimes, the chick play her role till she get their ring, until she, get married and shit. Then, the real her come out. Then you see the real her, you know what I'm saying? And it be like that sometimes. Or sometimes, you might give your seed to a woman, you might not ever marry her, you know what I'm saying? And she might end up being a baby mama or something, and she might end up being crazy, but you didn't know that at first because she, wasn't acting that way until afterwards and all that shit. Or it could go the other way. You know what I'm saying? It could go to where, you could get either one of them pregnant, and based on what the title is, baby mama or not, it could be, to the point to where, it could be cool. But like I said, you really just gotta vet who you dealing with like that, especially when it comes to kids, bro. It's one thing if you just, like you said, dating without no kids. But once kids get involved in the shit, bro, it's a whole different ballgame. So yeah, you definitely gotta be choosy about who you giving your seed to, bro, because that's a whole nother ballgame. But you got to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say too with that issue, because in this space, a lot of guys be talking about not dealing with baby mamas and stuff. And like I say, my wife had 2 kids before we got married. And the whole aspect, I wanted a woman that can deal with kids, and I kind of seen that within her, because it's like you never know what you're gonna get when you dealing with a woman. She might have a kind heart, but then when she have her own kids, you don't never really see her around kids. You don't know how she interact. Cause I knew this chick, man. Shada was day one, go hard for a man, real cool, but like talk reckless to her son, and was like, man up and this and that. Like the dad was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, dude, it's supposed to be like a positive and a negative. You can't have 2 positives and you can't have 2 negatives. I'm like, one of y'all gotta be emotional
Good
one
point.
to kind of show this boy some love. Both of y'all can't be rough and tough. I understand if the mom be like, oh, get up, boys don't supposed to do this, but if you over there champion him like, hey man up, and hit him on the arm, and she doing the same thing, this dude gonna go up with no feelings, so he gonna be around here, hitting people and tearing them up. Hey, I be saying about the feelings. And, but
Hey man, Prince. Hey bro, that's it. Hey bro, you gotta get like a Prince soundbite. That shit is hilarious, bro. When you
I
be doing
know,
that.
man. Hey,
Yeah, that shit is hilarious, bro. But nah, bro. And I'll say this, bro. I remember, my thing is this. When you said that you got, you with somebody that already had kids, right? Look, like I said, bro. At the end of the day, I feel like every man and every person has to choose what situation is best for them. And I know in this space, there's a lot of brothers that say, oh, hell no, I'm not dealing with no baby mama or no woman who already got kids prior to me and all this kind of stuff. And if that's what they want to do, that's their right, that's their prerogative, whatever, right? Okay, cool. But my thing is this, though, there are some women out here, bro, that, probably got a kid, maybe one kid or a couple kids, and then they might meet somebody, who, may not have a kid or whatever. And, you can't necessarily just say because they got a couple kids that they trash or they, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if that's not your cup of tea, or that's not what you want to do, then cool. You know what I'm saying? But, like Face is a perfect example. I got a homeboy, right? Who, college educated brother, very smart brother, right? He was, dealing with this chick, right? When we was in high school, and they was real, into each other, all that shit. Then he went off to school elsewhere out of state, and they ended up breaking up. because of that, right? So he go off, he do his 4 years, he come back, to the city. He from Houston like me, so he come back. And when he come back to the city, they end up running to the chick that he used to date, when he was a senior in high school, and she just so happened to be single. But she got a kid. She got one kid. She got a little girl from, I guess, a dude that she started dealing with while he was in college. And the thing about it is, he used to always be like, man, I ain't doing no baby mama, I ain't doing no and shit like that. But him and that individual, man, they already had a prior connection. You know what I'm saying? And she always did treat my homeboy with respect. She never disrespected him or whatever. Just that whole distance thing really, messed up their situation, and that's why they decided to break it off or whatever. But when he came back, they reconnected, started kicking it, hanging out, all this little different shit. And he ended up he ended up hooking back up with her, and now they married now. Now they married and they got a kid of their own, you know what I'm saying? And so, do I look at, and I know in this space a lot of brothers might be like, oh, he a simp, my partner a simp and all that stuff, but and that's their opinion and whatever, cool, whatever. But I don't necessarily look at my homeboy as a simp because, like I said, by the time he came back, she was done with her baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I'm not fucking with him. He don't even want to deal with his kid. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I told him that I don't want to be with, so he don't want to do for his kid and stuff like that. And so, to me, if you gonna get us in a situation like that, then yeah, to me, that's more of a viable situation. Now, you do have those situations where the women be saying like, man, oh, my baby daddy, he ain't shit and he don't want to be in the kid's life and blah, blah, blah. But it's really the opposite of that. And on top of that, they still be like sleeping with the nigga and all this kind of stuff. But she wasn't on that type of shit. She was like on the very opposite. Like she was completely done with the nigga. He wasn't doing shit. And it got to the point to where, the little girl was calling him daddy because, because he was doing more for her and he was more in her life than, than her own father. So, that's why I say, man, you can't really judge most of these situations on a collective basis. You got to, judge it and deal with it on a one-on-one individual basis. Because when you try to just, generalize everything, sometimes, man, you might end up missing out on some shit. So, yeah, I don't. And again, this ain't me trying to encourage nobody to deal with baby mamas or women who already have kids. Hey, do whatever's best for you or whatever your standard is. Hey, stick to that, do that. But like I said, I'm just not one person to be judging everybody and generalizing everything, saying this person is bad just because of this, that, and the third. No, because at the end of the day, you got to get to know that person for yourself, and you got to quit listening to what the crowd is saying, because it's not you in the crowd that's interacting or dating this one particular individual. It's just you. You know what I'm saying? When y'all go on a date, it's just you and her. When y'all fucking around in bed, it's just you and her. So fuck what everybody else talking about when they're not even in the mix or in the situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it. But
Hey,
y'all can respond.
I was gonna say, for me, like the number one reason why me and baby mamas, single mothers don't get along, because I'm like this. You get to talk to your baby daddy while so you saying that you can talk to him, but I can't talk to my ex-girlfriend. That's what, or somebody I used to deal with or something. So that's why me and baby mamas never got along, because I'm gonna talk to other women. If you're gonna be able to talk to your baby daddy, which I ain't trying to stop you, because y'all do got the kids together, but I'm gonna continue to talk to my woman, because I look at it like this: it's an eye for an eye. You do what you want to do, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Now, this situation where the baby daddy may not be around, he might be dead or locked up or something like that. God forbid anybody going through that. But so I think that's a situation where a lot of men will get involved with a woman if she's a black widow or something like that in that nature. But I could never get with a single mother just because of that. She's still gonna be involved, having communications with her BD.
Yeah, because it's like the crazy part is my wife, the baby dad, he's in another state, and the kind of cool thing of it was, like I said, I actually talked to the dude, and we had a little talk, because like when the relationship started getting serious, and I told guys, a lot of guys don't do that. They don't. They let that woman or the kids divide them to the point when there's an issue come up. Say if a kid know that his dad, love him, or his dad be salty about the other dude, he'll go over there and be like, "Yeah, dad, dude grabbed me the other day, and, was trying to, chump me off. All he did was probably, just, hey man, what you doing? And, pushed him, shoved his shoulder or grabbed him and said, hey man, come here, what's going on with you? Yeah, man, he grabbed me, he shook me, threw me to the wall. Like, The kids still can have that conversation with that man, with you talking to him, but the whole lightness of it is what you already having conversations with this man. This man know how you move and talk. And even though you could be playing the field just like he might be doing, but the whole point of it is y'all not distance where you gotta call the baby mama. The baby mama gotta call you, or the kids call the daddy, the kid. You can just go directly to this man. Be like, hold on, I'm gonna call him right now. Hey, my son said you hit him. Is this true? Yeah, I hit him because he did, he's running his mouth. Oh, okay. So you being disrespectful. You ain't tell me that. See, that eliminates a lot of stuff. A lot of dudes don't do that. It's just like when I hear guys always talking about the kids be disrespecting and saying you ain't my daddy. My stepkids ain't never said that because I put them in a place when they was younger. I let them know I'm not your daddy. I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
your daddy. I'm the man
Mm-hmm.
that's providing over the house and taking care of you and your mom. Because like I said, back in the day, a stepdad was more of a badge of honor because a lot of women, they couldn't do it on their own. Back in society, it was rough. You needed a man or you needed a family structure to actually, build something and move along in life. And so it kills me with a lot of women. They look at stepdads now what they supposed to do, or they supposed to be this type of individual that's supposed to be taking care of my kids no matter. Nah, I'm not supposed to take care of your kids. I'm supposed to be with you. I know the kids are a plus, so I'm going to have to deal with them eventually, but don't force this fatherhood on me because he has a dad. Let
Fact.
me come into this. That's why I tell guys, like I was on a panel with a guy and he was like, the baby mama dealing with a baby mama, you got a burden. I'm like, I don't see it as a burden. He's like, oh, it is a burden. Oh, you just trying to be PC because a woman's on here. I say, no, because if I'm dealing with a woman with kids, I know I'm gonna have to eventually deal with those kids. So if I look at it as a burden, when I choose not to deal with a woman with kids, I say, so that ends the whole conversation. If I know I'm dealing with a woman with kids, it's not a burden because I know I'm gonna still have to eventually deal with those kids. A lot of guys gotta look at it from that standpoint. And like I said, you gotta be man enough to talk up, to both parties, because like I said, my thing of it was too. If my wife had more than one, I wouldn't have dealt with her. But two baby daddies, that means I got to deal with two different dudes, two sets of grandparents or three sets of grandparents. All that it starts to get too much complicated with that, you know, and it's just hell to me. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, I'm glad you said that, She, because that goes with the title. I mean, goes with the topic. Titles. Some people, take the stepfather, stepmother role too far. Like I can never put my hands on another man's child. I can't do that. I can't do that, man. I'll let the parents handle that. Hey, bro, your son over here tripping, your daughter over here tripping. You need to come get him. Like that's the type of person I am. Like I always go to the mother. I always say, hey, get your little man. I always dealt with women that had daughters. So little girl, if she tripping, I record it and I show the mother, and she handled that child. I don't never ever. I don't even raise my voice at no kids, nobody else's kids. I just can't do it. But I see step parents just go too far with it. Like they'll whoop the child, they'll beat the child, cuss the child. I'm like, man, that ain't your child. And if that was my son, man, we gonna have problems. We gonna have issues. Like especially if the child like 4 or 5, 6 years old or something, little. But that's why I always tell women, if they got kids, you should not be dating if you got toddlers. In my opinion, you should be, if your old child is probably 16, at least 18, then I think that's when you should be dating. But who am I? I'm just a nigga on YouTube giving my opinion.
Let me say this. Also to kind of like add to what she was talking about. I know some dudes, right? They get with a woman, she got a baby daddy, whether it's one or a couple, whatever, right? And they have a situation set up to where, not only do that woman respect him and her kids respect him, that's not his, but he have some kind of relationship with the baby daddy, whether it's one or more, you know what I'm saying? And the way him and the baby daddy kind of like on the same page, and they might have each other number, and they talk from time to time. And if he try to get on, the kids, try to, discipline them or correct them, he might call up the baby daddy and be like, hey man, look, man, I'm trying not to really go there with the kids, but at the same time, because I know I ain't their daddy like that, but at the same time, I need them to respect me to, still at the same time, because I'm out here taking care of their mom. I'm taking care of them too at the same time, so, or at least supervising them or whatever. and hey, man, I'm gonna need you a little bit of input or help or whatever. And so they'll have a communication, and they'll then some niggas be cool with they woman baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? They have like that understanding and that connection with each other. You know what I'm saying? So and it be like that sometimes, but I really think it take a certain kind of man because a lot of these baby daddies, just like these baby mamas, once they find out there's it's a new nigga in the picture, and they feel some kind of way, especially if he get to be around the kids or he living with the kids and shit like that in the house. So they, man, hell no, I don't know this nigga, I don't trust this nigga being around my kids and shit like that, which that's understandable for why they feel like that. But again, this is why a lot of times, man, they be having, they be beating up with the new guy, chilling with him, just trying to pick his brain, see, they have some kind of chop it up man session, get to understand one another, see where they, if they can relate into at all, any, on any kind of thing, and then once they figure out each other and they see, okay, you know what, this, damn, yeah, my baby mom might be with somebody else, and he might be living with my kids, which I was uncomfortable with. I felt some kind of way, but hey, man, at least I know she in good head. This is a good dude. He on some real shit. Not only did he care about my baby mom, but he cared about my kids too, about our kids too, and he ain't gonna put them in no harm's way. And if they get out of line and he can't say nothing, do nothing, he can call me or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it be situations like that too. And again, I'm not promote anybody get into those situations if you don't want to. Everybody, like Brandon say, he more likely he ain't gonna do that. Hey, I respect your choice, Brandon. I respect everybody's choice. But my thing is, like I said, at the end of the day, bro, we gotta stop all this generalizing. We gotta stop all of this marriage shaming. We gotta stop the stepdaddy shaming, especially, to the people that have good marriages, that, if you're a stepdad, you have a good, relationship with your stepkids and they respect you, they love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to stop all that. And I'm going to tell you what made me change my mind about that whole situation. Because I kind of used to be more or less look at things like how you look at it, Brandon, when it comes to the whole, step parent type thing. So I'm going to just use, my mother and my father as an example, right? So, my father, before he came to this country, he already had a wife previous in another country, which was his day one. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who grew up, they went to the same high school, same neighborhood, all that shit, right? They, his family knew her family, all that shit. So they go way back. Then my father came over here, to America. And when he came over here, he ran into my mama, you know what I'm saying? And him and my mama ended up, getting together, whatnot. And then, of course, eventually later I came. Now, what ended up happening is, he, of course, my dad, he was creeping, he was creeping on his, on his wife or whatever with my mama. And, she found out eventually. She made her way over here, and her and my mama ended up getting into it and, ended up fighting about my daddy and shit, right? Well, the crazy part about it is whenever I go see my stepmama, you know what I'm saying? When I go overseas to go see her because she live overseas, she treat me like I'm her flesh and blood. She treat me like I'm her real son. She don't treat me no different. And again, she didn't had it out with my mama. They done fought off my daddy and everything. But when I go see her and I go over there to go see her, she treat me with a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? She, make sure, do you need anything? I love you, stuff like that, and blah, 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 show me a lot of love. She don't ever treat me like I'm different. You know what I'm saying? She treat me like she, shitted me out and shit. So that just made me kind of like open up my eyes, see things a little different. I'm like, damn, bro. Like I thought she would hate my guts, considering the fact that her and my mama got into it over my dad. But man, she loved me to death, and I never understood that shit. I'm like, damn, how you get into it with my mama, but you love the shit out of me though? You know what I'm saying? You love me like I'm your own. Like that shit blew my mind. But I just had to realize, man, like, man, when it comes to these kids, bro, at the end of the day, these kids ain't got nothing to do with the shit. So when I be hearing, these niggas on here talking about some fuck these kids, and I'm like, so you saying fuck these kids, but how the hell, but yeah, you also talking about you want black folks to do better. How you, black folks gonna do better if you up here, excluding the kids and basically saying screw them before you even get a chance to see what they could possibly, develop or become. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is stupid to me, because the kids is the future. Without the kids, and once we gone, bro, it's like, what so we supposed to just put the kids to the wayside, and what the rest of the rest of our race go to the wayside, bro? Like, come on, bro. And this is coming from somebody, like I said, I'm not no heavy pro black and no shit. Even though, like I said, I'm for black folks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm for more or less the people that's like minded, like myself, versus the whole collective. Because everybody ain't gonna be on the same page as you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pick and choose. Who you gonna ride with, who you gonna be down with. But like I said, to me, bro, when you saying F the kids, you basically saying F the future of or the race. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't get that shit, bro. Like to me, they be double talking when you say that.
Oh yeah, I definitely rock with that one. And another thing about the titles, like another thing I used to do when I was little, no, we look at our experience and think that that's the norm. Like for instance, my mother, man, I love my mama to death. Shout out to Mama L. Like she did a lot of things for me. We had our ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, ain't nothing was perfect like that, but she did the best she could with me. If she had a couple of dollars, the last couple of dollars, she'll pay the bills, but she'll make sure she'll give me the PlayStation 1 when that first came out. She'd give me the games, whatever I needed at the time. But bang, I used to get mad when I hear other dudes, talk down on their mamas. They'll say, their mama ain't shit. They call their mamas a bitch, and I'll check them. Like I used to check dudes on that stuff. Like, don't never disrespect your mama. I was that type of dude back then. But as I got older, and I'm seeing, watching the news clips of how mothers treat their kids, as far as starving them to death. I've seen situations where mothers would beat their kids to death. I've seen mothers, sell their daughters out to another man to make money on some pimping, prostituting, whatever. So everybody's situation ain't the same. I felt bad about that because I don't know what the young brother was going through at that time we was in school. And I'm checking him, but it's like, I don't know what his mama did to him. And I always hated myself for that now because, like I said, we look at our experience. I think everybody's mama was like my mama, doing everything the mothers can for their kids, but it's not like that. And same thing with fathers and stepfathers. You hear stories about fathers doing stuff to their own kids, that's molesting their own kids. I'm like, what the hell? I wasn't used to this stuff till till social media came about, when the advent of YouTube and seeing all these news clips and brothers showing the black community what was really going on. So I'm still baffled to this day, like what's going on in the hood. Like I didn't know this was going on. Maybe my mama sheltered me too much, during them times. But yeah, this is all new to me when it comes to bad parents.
Yeah.
Nah, facts. That's why it's funny that you say that, because like I always like and I know I know y'all have all heard this before, but you'll see a lot of parents in the black community. They'll be like oh I'm your mother, or I'm such and such, so you should respect me just off of that. But then and it's also like that whole do as I say, not as I do type shit, and it's like. But it's like, how could I respect you and look at you as a parental figure, but you claim that you want me to live by a certain code or standard, but you're not exuding that shit yourself, and I'm watching you, and you want me to you gonna tell me some do as I say. Not, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you see your parents doing or whatever your household doing, you're gonna grow up thinking that's okay because you seeing them do it, especially they older and in a more like supervising parental type of figure. So if you seen your parents do some shit or some bullshit, you're gonna think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So, we gotta stop. They gotta stop with that whole, if you want your kids to be a good example of, what an upstanding person's supposed to be, then you have to be that yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here being a fucked up ass adult and then expect your kids to be some saints, especially if they seeing you do the shit all the time, every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Practice what you preach.
yeah, exactly. And also we're very influenced by the people that's in our household. So if we seeing them do some dirt, 9 times out of 10, we're gonna do. Now, granted, do I still think people should have their own mind and mentality and think for themselves? Yeah, but like I said, parents are a very influential piece of how you grow up and what they kind of mold you into what you're gonna be. So if they see that you on some lying ass shit, they're gonna turn to. I say you want some thieving ass shit, then they're probably gonna follow in your footsteps. So you gotta lead by example, bro. Period.
Facts. You got a sheet.
Yeah, because that back to what you were saying earlier about the men and everything kind of calling over, like that was rough for me when I first got my wife. Even with a lot of women I dealt with that had kids and didn't have kids, because my number one thing that I always was taught, and I was raised this way, kids don't run the house. You know, either the kids run the house and I'm gone, or pretty much I run the house and that's the end. You know, like I said, it was a situation where I couldn't wait till my wife get home to discipline the kid. You know, if you do something wrong, I'm popping you right then. I'm gonna whoop you back then. Then when your mama get home, we talk about it, and then that's a done deal. Because you know, if I'm letting you, even with your dad, if I'm letting it to the situation where it pans over, where you got a couple of hours to come up with a lie, or you know, try to do some little situation to, you know, try to make yourself look good, you ain't got time for that. Because once I already, you know, handled the situation, it's done. It's a done deal, you know. And like I said, I told my wife that, you know, when it comes to that situation, a lot of men get put in, you know, kind of harm's way trying to, you know, go back and forth with the other guy trying to say, well, you know, about discipline kids. You know, I just won't be in a relationship like that. If I can't discipline your child, I don't need to be there. Because like I said, kids don't run the house. If you give kids leeway to kind of run things, adjust situations in the house that adults should be adjusted, then you ultimately letting the kids run the house. You know, if you know the situation like we want to eat something, you know, and women have this bad where they don't know what they want to eat, but then they ask you. Then when you say you don't want it, when they say, well, you know, I want seafood. Well, no, I don't want no seafood. Pick something else. Nah, we eating seafood because if you didn't want seafood, you should have said, I don't know what to eat, but I just don't want seafood. So when you buy that seafood, ultimately give them that decision to the point where next time I already know. And you got to handle that way with kids too, to where you know making them pick and make a decision then, or you're gonna have that fight always.
Yeah, I'm glad
Yeah,
you said that because I was gonna say, your situation a little different. You got your own place, your own house, you know, that your wife and her kids live in, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So my situation was different. I was living with single mothers. I was in different project homes, you know, being on my low value man, if you want to call it 50-50 type of stuff. So I was doing stuff like that. But that's why I couldn't do the whole, you know, discipline the kids because this ain't my house. You know, I can't run her shit. This her shit. So yeah, if it was my house, it'll be a whole different story. I'm with you on that.
but still, even like with my wife and I got with her, like she had her place, and you know I came over, I stayed with her, but you know I still had my little spot. I was actually staying at my grandma's house because you know I was making money going in and out of town. I ain't really need no spot. So when I got with her, I still did the same thing. You know, I came over there because like I told her, as the man of the house, that's what I'm gonna be, the man of the house. If I can't be the man of the house, then I go find another woman where I can be the man of the house. And see, that's the situation you got to put yourself in. You got to let them know the rules of engagement before you start. So when you become this whole brand new person, like a lot of women say, "Oh, you change it, you know, you change it for the worse." I've always been like this.
yeah. Real quick, before I respond to any of that, I want to give a shout out to the people because I'm kind of behind on the cash app, so my bad, y'all. So I'm gonna just start off from the beginning. Once again, appreciate you, Darth Low, for hitting the cash app. My big sis Topaz, appreciate you hitting the cash app. Bismillah, we appreciate you. Gold Professor, appreciate you for coming through hitting the cash app, bro. Black Wolf Inc., we appreciate you. Bap, you know, appreciate you. And Ebo Sosa, bro, appreciate you for hitting the cash app, man. But now, you know, my thing is this. Like I said, at the end of the day, you know, like I said, man, whatever works for you, whatever is best for your situation, you know, do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, each situation is different. You got to charge each situation or deal with it on its own, you know, individual terms. But what I will say is this: is that at the end of the day, you know, like I said, you know, it's just more of an individual thing. You know, if you're gonna deal with somebody, you know, you have to look at it like, okay, what's in it for me, and what could I bring to her? What can she bring to me at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? And so that's the whole situation. And you know, look, if it's kids involved, it's kids involved. If it's not kids involved, then hey, you know, it is what it is. But as far as the whole you know, title thing, just going back to the name of the show, the title thing, like for instance, I'm gonna show y'all, you know, that why I feel like title's overrated. Because I remember a point in time in my life when I was coming up, you know, as a kid, you know, coming up, you know, in the hood on the south side of Houston. I remember a point in time. Now I know we far gone from these days, but I remember a point in time back when I was growing up that my own neighbors, the next door neighbors that knew my family, that knew my mama, knew my grandmother, my grandfather, and uncles and aunts and cousins, older cousins and shit. if I was out in the streets as a youngin' doing some stupid shit that I know I wasn't supposed to be doing, you know, being the mischievous little kid, and one of the neighbors caught me doing some shit, they'll call me by my name and be like, hey, you know damn well you ain't supposed to be out here such and such doing this and that. And you know damn well if your people knew you was out here doing this shit, they wouldn't approve of it. Hey, you I'm either gonna go tell them what you're doing, or you know, and sometimes you know that my people even get them the leeway and the authority, you know, to discipline me, whether that be, you know, give me a whooping, say something to me, get on my head, whatever the case may be, because you know they had these kind of close relationships with these people like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it used to be like that back in the day, but it ain't like that no more. Like nowadays, it ain't to where like your neighbor could check your kids or whatever without the parents feeling some kind of way, getting their feelings about it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I know that's how I grew up. That's how I came up. Like my next door neighbor could check my ass and whip me if she wanted to. Nah, most of the time they didn't. You know, they would just, you know, tell my people, they'd be like, look, you know, we don't want to tell your people because, you know, if I tell your people, you know, you won't get your ass whooped. So, you know, move around, little nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like get from around this bullshit. You know, you ain't supposed to be around this shit. And they'll, you know, I just go around, I move around, go somewhere else. So, you know, and it's crazy that, you know, like I said, this is somebody that is just a next door neighbor. This ain't even nobody that's kinfolk or blood to me. But, you know, what they had to say, you know, carried just as much weight as somebody that was kinfolk to me, because, you know, by them being a neighbor and then being close to my family, they became like pretty much family anyway. They were just extended family, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, man, that whole title shit, bro, that shit overrated. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I understand why we have titles? And do I think we should have titles in certain instances? Yeah, but to me, it's all about like if you playing the part of that title. If you playing the part of a certain title, then yeah, we all good. But if you know, trying to benefit off of a title, but you ain't playing the part of it, then it's like, to me, you know, your title don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it.
Hey, I was gonna do a topic, you know, on the show, like, you know, in a future reference. You know, what happened to, you know, raising? It takes a village to raise a child. What happens to that in the Black community?
Hey,
know,
that's
just
what
like
I
you
was
said.
just that's what I was just talking about. We not in that time no more, bro. That shit ended like what, in the late 90s, probably early
Yeah,
2000s, bro.
yeah.
Like that shit
And
don't exist no
just
more. I
like you
mean,
said, you know, the
yeah,
neighbors you will tell on you. You know, they'll tell the neighbors. And I, you know, I never seen this before, but even my mom used to tell me situations where the neighbors will whoop the child. Even, you know, back in the day, teachers used to whoop kids, you know, in school. Them
facts.
days is over. You know, and I
Yeah.
honestly, well, I'm gonna talk about that later. But another reason, the number one reason why that's dead, because of parents. Hey, you can't tell my child what to do. But your child over here, my kids, you can't tell them
Facts.
what to do. Oh, you know, your child over
Facts.
here breaking shit in my car. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you know, parents was the number one cause, but there's other reasons too, other factors that, you know, that reason why it take the village, you know, it takes a village to raise the kids, why that's no longer around no more.
Yeah, because the crazy part, when I first moved to Atlanta, man, like I was getting beat at school. There was an old head there, and he was like, I don't care what they say. You do something wrong, you getting in trouble. So my youngest brother, you know, he was always into it, always getting in trouble. Man, old head sit up there and tried to whoop my young brother. And my oldest brother, you know, he just got out of prison. Well, he just got a little yeah, little prison thing where he got locked up when he was younger. He got out when he turned 18, but he was like, he went up to the school and checked the old school, never had no more problems with him. Then I want to say a year later, when I went to the next grade, that's when they actually made dude retire, because it was like too many parents were complaining about him. But the bad part of it was, you know, all the kids were doing what they supposed to. You get out of line, you knew you had to see them. And it got to the point where, you know, over time, when he left, that's when the kids started wreaking havoc within the school. You know, the school started going down and more and more and more. You know, kids knew that, you know, that strict discipline wasn't there no more, to the point where they knew they can get away with more. You know, like you said, it did evolve from the parents, because a lot of parents do that. You know, they get these kids the point of being entitled, to where, you know, nobody touched my baby when my baby is always right and this and that, and it comes to bite them in the butt on the end when, you know, when your child looking down the barrel for breaking in somebody's house or something.
Nah,
And I
that's
see
facts. That's facts.
and I see a bronze dipped in Sunkiss. I like her name, by the way. She said, we have respect for our elders back in the days. Today's kids don't have respect no more. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. There's reason for that. I'll definitely use that as a topic next time, but it's other reasons for that. It's not, I ain't just gonna say as a parent, sometimes it's these neighbors too, they get out of line too. So I'm gonna speak on that more in detail too.
Yeah, and I also want to say too, like this whole the title thing, it comes with the community as well. Because me and this older guy, we were just talking today. This a guy that we get to go work with our lawn care equipment. And so I ran the blower to this one guy. Guy fixed the blower. I think probably like 2 weeks later, blower messed up again. Took it back to him, fixed it. 2 days later, it messed up. So I stopped dealing with that guy. Went over to another black dude. All these guys work out their house because they don't got money for a shop, but they do good work. And dude hustled me out of 2 ride lawnmowers, and I just stopped dealing with because I'm telling him like the lawnmowers were working before you touched them. Like one of them I knew the belt was popped off, and he was giving me all this other stuff, changing the carburetors and everything. And I'm like, dude, I know a little bit about it, and that's not all it. And they got to the point where he told me one of them had a bad transmission. I was like, I just put a transmission in that thing like a year ago from another guy. Well, I think he probably put it in wrong, and it just get to a point where as people we get so much entitled to where our own people should mess with us just because we all black and giving this whole fist pump and fight the power against the man. But at the same time, we shooting each other in the foot.
Nah, that's definitely facts. I agree with everything y'all just said. And I'll say this, at the end of the day, bro, just going back to the title, like, again, titles don't mean shit if you don't play the part of the title. And my thing is this, just because whatever title you hold to me, whatever relationship or title that you hold towards me, that doesn't mean that I owe you anything. That's another thing too I want to talk about with this topic. People be like, oh, you should do this for me, or you owe me this because I'm such and such, or I had this title. And it's like, no, like if I choose to do something for somebody, it could be anybody, whether it be, somebody in my family, friends, social, whatever, my woman, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, if I choose to do something for you, it's because I want to do something for you, and that's what I choose to do, not because I have to or I'm obligated to. You know what I'm saying? And so I've seen plenty of people play off of the fact that, oh, I'm your mama, or I'm your sister, your brother, your cousin, and we ain't doing good right now. We hurting, and we know you doing kind of good, and your old poor old family, we going through it. Woe is me, and all that little bullshit, and they play off of that shit, and the people that they do that to, they know these are nice-hearted, kind-hearted people that would give the shirt off their back to them, and they play off of that shit. And they, like I said, they pull on them heartstrings, and next thing they milking the fuck out of these people that that tend to have a good heart, kind-hearted, and the people that want to see their family do good, don't want to see nobody suffering or whatever. But after a while, after you getting got or burnt like that from your family members after so many times, eventually even the most kind-hearted people that want to see people in their family do better, or anybody that they have not do better, they get on, they get hip to it, and they peep game, and they be like, oh, hell nah, like, man, you mean to tell me you was using me the whole time? You mean to tell me you was guilt tripping me so I can give you some money, knowing damn well you wasn't gonna do what the hell you said you was gonna do with the money anyway? You did some bullshit with it. Oh, hell nah. And the next thing you know, that person that was once a kind-hearted, free giving, free spirited giving person, now that person is kind of like either one or two things. Either they not gonna give money to certain people no more, they're gonna be extra careful about who they get their money to at a time, or who they give to out the kindness of their heart, or they're gonna become a more like guarded kind of person, and they're ain't gonna be as trusted no more. You know what I'm saying? Because they done been got one too many times, and it's like that whole like, man, y'all been crying wolf and shit. And it's like, damn, like, how could you do this to me? You supposed to be my family. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's one thing if, a stranger or somebody that's not, blood related to me or kinfolk do this to me, but my own family, like, man, that's some cold-blooded shit. So, hey, man, I've seen it happen, bro. And that's why, like, people know, man, like, people in my family, people know, period. Like, if you come to me, bro, like, at the end of the day, I've helped plenty of people out of my family. I've, helped out, throw some bones with people before, you know what I'm saying? But it's usually people that I know is, they not like screwing me over. They not trying to just use me and shit like that. And these are people that probably like only came to me at a last resort because, they tried everything else. You know what I'm saying? These are people that I helped out before. But, all the other people that try to like, that I know they be on some bullshit and I know they be using motherfuckers and they'll play that, that guilt trip card or whatever. Like, they know not to call me with that shit. I'm be like, hell nah. Like, I already know what you about. I know what type of shit you be on. Like, nah, bro. Like, hell nah.
Hey, and another thing I was gonna say third, and I'm probably head out. People will try to force you to listen to people that they feel is an upstanding individual. Like, they might say, this dude, oh man, you gotta listen to this dude. Women, they love this dude. He got money in the bank. He tell women what they need to hear. And so I'm checking him out. I'm like, wait, bro. He's wearing a purse, bro. Oh, don't worry about that, man. I'm gonna listen to his content, listen to his message. This dude I can't listen to that dude. He wears a purse. Oh man, you hating. Now the dude want to be for me because I don't listen to that dude. It's like people will try to force you to listen to people they want to listen to. And I'm not with that, man. If you want to listen to him, go ahead, man. But don't say I'm a hater because I'm showing you the way this nigga act. He's moist. He's feminine. You shouldn't be listening to no dude like this. But hey, if that's what you want to do, I ain't gonna stop you. But you want to try to force me to listen to him because you feel like this man is like I said, upstanding individual, a real man. Nah, he ain't no man in my opinion.
Nah, that's facts. And real quick, I want to highlight something. So I want to highlight Bronze Dip and Sun Kid. She said people love guilt tripping you to do things for. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? That's like I said, I've seen it happen too many times to people. You know what I'm saying? So that's absolutely facts. Same thing with Aqua Dragon said. Yep, emotional tactics to get something from you because that's the only way they could, try to get something from you because they can't come at you straight up because they know 9 times out of 10 you're gonna shut that shit down and be like, hell no. So they try to like manipulate you emotionally to try to, get you to do something for them. You know what I'm saying? So, it'd be like that. And then to go to what we'll go back to what Bronze Dip said again, what she said, what she say? Hold on, here it is. She said, wait a minute. She said, nobody can make me do this. I'm a tourist and we stubborn as fuck. No, that's facts. I'm the same sign as Mraz did. I'm a tourist. We can be real stubborn and say, we the bull. Us bulls, we could be real stubborn. Sometimes it could be a good thing to our benefit, but sometimes it could be a bad thing to our detriment, depending on the situation. So it really just depends. But hell nah, bro. Like I ain't going for the okie doke, bro. I done seen it happen to other people. Mm-hmm. I done had it happen to me a couple times here and there, and I'm like, nah, bro. You might have got me once or twice, but nah, bro. You ain't finna give me a third time. You know what I'm saying? I'm already hip to everything that you finna do. You trying to pull? Nah, I'm good.
Facts.
You got it, She. You want anything you want to say?
Yeah,
She.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
My bad. Yeah. Because I was saying the same thing earlier when I was talking about the whole YouTube people talking about famous on YouTube. A lot of guys they come into space and they're trying to get so much popularity and like Beasley was saying, it's almost like a cult out here. And a lot of guys, pushing other channels, and if you don't go with them, you're not rocking with them, then you ain't real. So everybody gonna boycott against you. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody's coming to your channel. We're gonna flag your channel, all this stuff. And I'm like, man, really? If you don't like somebody, hey, the simplest thing is just cut it off. Don't watch the material. For you to come on my channel and start hating on me, sending messages, threatening, talking junk. Oh man, this channel sucks. Oh man, I heard your jury fake or some stuff like that people be saying. I'm like, come on, man. The amount of time it takes you to hate, you can go over there and be watching one of your favorite channels that you already like. If somebody don't rock with them, they just don't rock with them. Don't force me to rock with them because now I'm looking at your approach on why you trying to force me into rocking with them. Like, what are you deeming out of this? This is just a person on YouTube. You have no invested interest in but the things that they say. Other than that, they don't change a lot of guys' life. Just like I say, you got most guys ain't no knock to a plumber or ain't no knock to a janitor, But you might gotta have be a janitor or a plumber, and he comes on YouTube and become a scholar because he got Google in front of him. Every time you say something, he's Googling it and telling you like, he read a book on it. Or you got a guy that talks about this whole, Macking and stuff like that. He's read the books, but he hasn't applied anything, because I
Right.
was looking on Dr. Dunbar. He was like, it was let me pull it up real quick because I got it on my phone. When it came down to it, it's smart people answer questions, intelligent people apply the information that they learn. When it comes down
That's
to it, a lot of
facts.
people do that,
Facts,
man.
bro.
And that's what this space is all about. All about the people that know the knowledge, and what about applying it, kind of helping people out. That's why I keep telling guys, get life insurance. That's why I tell guys, kind of look into some type of stocks. Men should pretty much be knowing just about everything. Like I always tell people, I know how to sew. That don't mean I'm sewing no suit, no dress or nothing like that, but I know how to stitch a patch, what I'm saying, a little hole or something like that. But the point, most men should be knowing how to do everything, because it comes down to it when you get your car fixed. If you don't know certain things, you'll get gypped real easy.
Oh yeah,
Because
you will get ganked. Yeah.
when
And
everybody
that,
had that stimulus thing, they had it to where all the mechanics was like, when you go to get your car fixed, it's like $1,400. That's what it costs to fix, because everybody knew that you got the stimulus check. But yeah, man.
yeah,
Nah, yeah.
I noticed, like I said, a lot of women will also compare their men to men on YouTube. A lot of relationship couples have broken up because of what a YouTuber is saying. So, and then when they see their favorite
Oh,
YouTuber, it's a mess. Now everybody want to cry. Now everybody want to say, "Oh, you lied on us. You lied to us." That's what you get for thinking these YouTubers is God. No, we are all humans. We all make mistakes. I don't get up on here saying I'm a good man. I'm a good black man. That's up for you to decide. But I'm not that type of dude. You know me, $40 Nation all the way. So I'm not perfect at all, man.
nah, that's facts. That's facts. And nah, man, I agree. And like I said, going back to the title, like I said, fuck what somebody, claim they title is to me. Number one, are you treating me as such? Are you playing a part of the title? And if you're not playing a part of that title, then your title is invalid. It don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, somebody who don't know me from nowhere, that they like faces. I've said this before, but I've done, throughout my lifetime, I've done volunteer work, right? Like, I've fed the homeless, I've given back, toys to the kids around holiday season. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done a lot of different volunteer work, right, in the community and just for the unfortunate, right? And what's crazy is that I don't have no kind of connection with these people like that. They don't have no kind of title to me in my life, but it's like these be the main people that, when I do the stuff that I do for them, in my free time, I don't get paid for it, man. They showed me so much love. They say, hey, thank you. We appreciate you for doing this. Hey, this made my day. You brought my spirits up, all that. And really, that's all a nigga be looking for, bro. I don't be expecting them to do nothing for me in return because they barely could do for themselves. It ain't me trying to diss them. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? So, just them telling me thank you and, you know what I'm saying? And, saying that I made their day, or I made them feel a little bit better about their situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, what's crazy is that these people that I'm doing this shit for, like I said, they don't have no title to me. They don't have no, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they can show me appreciation and be like, thank you. And, we appreciate you for that more than the people who I actually have supposedly connections with, or, who I have relationships with that claim that they such and such to me. And that's the one thing I never understood. It's kind of like what, when they say that like a stranger be quicker to, cheer for you or to help you out, sometimes than your own people, you know what I'm saying? And that's a true statement. And I just be like, damn, bro, like you would think it would be the opposite, but what you find out is that, man, like a lot of times, bro, the people that you feel like you closest to are the ones you known the longest, bro. When you get to a certain position, bro, to where you doing things for yourself and you could do for other people, man, they be the last ones to cheer for you. You know what I'm saying? Versus a complete stranger, they be the first ones cheering for you. I'm like, damn, bro. And I ain't used to notice that shit at first, but I started noticing that shit once I started doing better in my life. People that they was winning before me, they was doing well when I was struggling. I was, happy for them. I was right there cheering them on, like, hey, bro, like that's what's up. I'm happy for you, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as, it came time for me to start winning, my winning season started coming around and, I'm winning. Let's say they maybe not winning no more. They just, they're not getting the same kind of blessings no more that they once was. Now, all of a sudden, I'm thinking that, they're going to show me the same love, the same, appreciation I was showing them. But then when it came, for me and my turn, man, them motherfuckers ain't want to clap for me. They ain't want to be like, oh, that's what's up. They looked at me like I was strange or like I wasn't supposed to have my winners. Like I was still supposed to be losing and they were still supposed to be winning. I'm like, and I just noticed all that shit. I'm like, damn. But then, like I said, a complete stranger be like, oh, that's what's up. I'm so happy for you. And sometimes they might be like, is there anything I could do to help or to add? And it's like you don't be expecting that shit. That should be kind of like catching you off guard. You be like, damn, like what the hell? Like a complete stranger? You mean to tell me they show me more love than somebody I've been knowing all these years? Like, man, that shit will really fuck your head up, once you get to like processing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's people that I have bailed out a lot of times, helped a lot of times that beg me on the phone, like, man, can you please give me like 500, man? I really need it. And, I always told myself, man, you always want to put yourself in a position where people need you and you don't need people. It's people that's on Instagram flexing all money, stunting all day long, but you would never know that they was at a time, or even at that time where they broke right now. But the money that they flashing is the money that they got for somebody else, their own homeboy or something. You'll never know that. So people really do be stunting.
Man, look, you see that shit every tax season, bro. Motherfuckers be stunning with somebody else tax money. You know what I'm saying? With their mama tax money or
right.
Whoever is tax. You motherfuckers be on Instagram, putting the damn money up to their phone. I mean, to money up to their damn ear like it's a phone and shit. Or they be, stretching out all the money in the bands or whatever.
The phone, what they do with the phone call with the money.
Yeah, little phone call with the money, and it's like, nigga, that ain't even your damn money, bro. That's your damn mama tax money, or that's your baby mama tax money. Like, quit playing, quit stunning. You know what I'm saying? Quit trying to
and I'm the type of dude like a dude like Corey Hogan, for example, how he did Zoe. He was like, man, Zoe owe me 20,000. He owed me 20 racks. I would never do nothing like that. Put somebody on blast and plug it like that. I'm not the type of person. So some people will put you on blast. Like if you ask this individual for some money and you don't pay them up or you don't show appreciation, they're gonna put you on blast. They're gonna expose your ass. I'm just not that type of dude. I'm just gonna let you rock and do what you want to do. But hey, if you come back and bring me the money, hey, I appreciate it, but I don't need it. That's why I said put yourself in a position where you don't need people. People need you.
Nah, that's facts. And I'm with you on that, Brandon. I'm not the type of person to put somebody on blast if I did something for them and I feel like they owe me for it or whatever, money or not. Like I'm not like that neither. I'd rather be the type to pull them to the side and be like, hey, what's going on? Like, what the hell we got going on? I thought we had an understanding, but nah, you right. There are some people out here that would do it that way, but I don't get down like that because I don't be one to have to clown nobody. You know what I'm saying? I have to like, degrade anybody or belittle nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't want nobody doing. Because I wouldn't want nobody doing that to me. So that's the reason why I don't, go that route. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, it's sad. Like I said, bro. Like at the end of the day, bro, titles don't mean shit if people ain't willing to, play the part of their title or live and die by their title. If they just, claiming that they such and such to you, but they don't treat you like such and such, then it's like, nigga, like I said, your title's invalid and fuck your title at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just how I feel about it, bro. Like I said, we put too much emphasis on titles and not enough emphasis on how people treat us and, do they respect us or not? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got to stop with that shit. A title is worth and as good as, as the person treats you. You know what I'm saying? So fuck all that title shit.
Yeah, because that's like it's crazy that y'all was just talking about that. Like I had a partner that was, helping out somebody that we knew that, was in a little situation. But that person, they actually took the money that the dude was giving them and was giving it to somebody else. And they was like, man, I appreciate such, doing things for me, man, and helped me out. I was in a time of need. And dude was like, man, I'm helping you in a time of need. And you up here giving the money to somebody else, and that person was in a worse off situation and they were just doing them but helping them like with a party that they was doing. He's like, man, I'm helping you because you got bills to pay, but then you giving people money for a party. He was like, come on, man. And then when he stopped, you know what I'm saying, fooling with that person, they was all upset. Like, you know, he was the worst person in the world by stop doing it. And like it was something that he really wasn't even supposed to be. I told him personally, I was like, man, I mean, that's like a sucker move, but I mean, you had it, but still, like you did it and you should have kept going with it. I mean, it's up to you. But I was like, I would have never done it in the first place because he was not, he wasn't even invested in that person. He was just trying to look out, but ended up biting him in the butt in the end.
Hey, real quick, let me give a shout out to my brother, my troll brother, bro, Brandon. Hey, bro, appreciate the cash out and appreciate you for coming on to the stream, bro. I guess you know you finna lay it down and shut it down for the night. Appreciate it, bro. You know I'm gonna see you in these YouTube streets, probably you know tomorrow, sometime this week. But appreciate you for coming through. But nah, bro. Yeah, man. Like I said, bro. At the end of the day, you know, don't let nobody try to treat you any kind of way and then try to, justify that shit by saying, oh, because I'm such and such and I hold this title with you, I could treat you like whatever. I could do it. Nah, man. Like the same way you wouldn't let, you know, a stranger or somebody who you ain't really close to like that, the same way you wouldn't let them get away with no bullshit with you. Don't let nobody else, you know, nobody in your life get away with no bullshit with you, whether it's them disrespecting you, you know, doing any kind of, form of disrespect to you. Don't let them, you know, do that to you, no matter who they are. But I don't give a damn if it's mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, friend, associate, the dog, like whatever, bro. At the end of the day, you know, you don't supposed to be taking no bullshit, no disrespect off of anybody, period. You know what I'm saying? So fuck a title. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't mean nothing, especially if you ain't living by that title, you ain't doing, playing the part of that title, it don't mean shit. So that's just how I feel about it, bro. Period. But I'm probably about to shut it down, lay it down, bro, because I actually got to get up for work early in the morning. But you know, I appreciate everybody that came through. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Topaz, shout out my brother Brandon, and also shout out to you, She, and shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know, everybody I can remember: Bab, Ebo, Wagner, Darflo, Feminism. Also, who else was in here? I want to say Magnum Logic, Bismillah. You know what I'm saying? Damn, man, I feel like I'm missing some people, man. If I missed you, Bronze Deal, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that came through, man, I really appreciate y'all for coming through. I'm gonna try to be more consistent on this channel with these live streams. You know, I put a lot of energy into our channel as a team over on For the Record TV. But you know, I do want to put more more work and more thought into my personal channel. You know, just I be wanting to talk about so much shit that sometimes I be having a hard time like just sticking to one particular topic or thing and try to figure out like how I want to structure and organize it. But I'm working on it. I'm getting better at it. But once again, I appreciate everybody that came through, show love, hit the cash out. And, you know, if you mess with me personally or if you just mess with us together as a team, man, we appreciate y'all. And, I'll definitely catch y'all on the next one. But anything you want to say before we get up out of here, Sheed?
Nah, man, I'm good. You know, like I always just say, everybody get together, make things work. You know, that's the community, and that's it.
All right, bro, man. I appreciate you. You know, it's always love, bro. You know, you've been rocking with us heavy. Shout out to my brother Kenny. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kenny, bro. Appreciate you for coming through. You know, everybody in the chat, have a good night. You know what I'm saying? And to the people that if I didn't call your name, it's all love. You know, I just missed your name or whatever. But, I appreciate everybody that came through. And like I said, I definitely catch you on the next one. Y'all, everybody have a good night. Peace.